Well, a good win. Really proud of our players, and I thought they showed some mental toughness when, again, the short turnaround. I thought they did a very good job all week long of really trying to prepare their bodies, their minds. So really proud of them. Thought, one of the keys to the game was third down defense, being able to get off the field. On third down, we had a lot of individuals gain valuable repetitions. So again, I thought our team displayed some mental toughness, but there's some things we have to get better in a hurry. I think it's just overall playing football. Again, we didn't have any takeaways on defense, and we gave up 2 turnovers on offense, and we can't do that. Those 2 turnovers came in the second half. So these are areas that we need to continue to get better on, and again, just taking the next step. But this is a team that needs to constantly play football in order to continue to improve. But proud of our guys, but we have to get a lot better in a hurry, and we'll go back to work at it on Monday. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
Please raise your hand. David?
Butch, just the evaluation of your 2 quarterbacks and how everything went today.
I'll know a little bit more when I watch the video tonight. I thought they did some good things in terms of, getting down to the second and third progressions. But again, it's hard to see from the sideline. I'll know a little bit more tonight, and then obviously into Sunday rather. But again, I thought we left some plays out there in the first half. But again, when you look at the efficiency of throwing the football, I thought they did some good things. I'm very, very encouraged, very excited about that. But both these individuals need to continue to gain valuable repetitions.
Patrick and Steve?
Butch, I think John Kelly ended up with a big 23 touches. Were you hoping for a lighter workload for him, or was it just flow of the game where you kept him in even?
Yeah, we got to play football. I mean, I think around a light workload, we're going to win a football game. And so our mindset is, so these guys are going to play, and we need those valuable repetitions. And even John Kelly, when you really look back at the first, 4 or 5 games of last year, he barely even played. So all these individuals need valuable repetitions. And there's also, the amount of trust that comes with the offensive line and the continuity and the consistency. So we needed to gain everyone repetitions tonight.
Steve?
Just what you saw from Ty Chandler during the preseason that made you think he'd be a good kick returner, and just what you saw in that first kickoff.
We saw that all preseason camp. We're excited to get him back there. And again, you can see he's very dynamic. He can hit it. He has very, very good speed. And, it's more than just him. It's those other 10 individuals taking great pride in executing their assignment and doing their job. And we take great pride with kickoff return. And it was great. Obviously, it was a great way to start. We talked about starting fast, and obviously we were able to start fast. So, again, he did a great job of hitting it, but also I think all 10 other guys did a good job as well.
Jimmy, then Jesse?
Butch, as you try to find a replacement for James, did you like what you saw to Brandon Jones?
I did. I thought one of the key plays in the first half that, makes you feel good as a coach is they were in flat out no deep cover 0. And so we made the appropriate check. We brought the tight end in, and then Quentin did a good job. Our offensive line did a good job of protecting, and Brandon did a good job of high pointing the ball and going up and getting it. And that's something that we worked, very diligently in a very short week. But again, moving some guys around in the slot, I was very, very pleased with Brandon, and be able to get Jordan Murphy some repetitions on video and be able to to work to correct him as well and just play football. But Brandon's one of those individuals that, I want to say it was Tuesday where we asked him to move into the slot, and he had never played in the slot before. And it's a tribute to him that, he's learned the entire offense.
Jesse, then Mike?
2 things here, Butch, right over here. Injuries, Eli Wolf obviously went down, Justin Martin as well. And then did you feel like you guys got the young defensive linemen involved enough, or do you want to see them a little earlier? Or?
No, and that's a unique offense. And there's so much communication that goes into it with, the many shifts and the trades and the motions. It's very, very difficult. And you have to move the front. You have to bump the front. So there's so much that goes into it. I think the more encouraging thing was being able to get Shy Tuttle in the game and being able to get Shy Tuttle those valuable reps. But we were able to gain some youngsters some reps at the end. And any rep that's a game speed rep is great. So to be able to do that, and then in terms of the injuries, Eli right now is a sprained ankle, so that's very, very, very positive. So that was some great news. And then Justin Martin was just a stinger, and he actually could have went back into the game.
Mike and then Ryan.
Coach, as far as Jared Garantano, when you put him in the game, was it scripted for him to go in that series? And then also, if you could just talk about his very first action and what you saw from him on the sidelines emotionally.
Yeah, it really wasn't scripted. I told him to be ready. It could be the second, it could be the third series, and it's just kind of a feel thing. And I thought, he had a very good week of preparation. I liked his mindset along with Quentin in terms of taking the mental reps when they weren't in. And again, anytime you get repetitions, they're invaluable, even at the end of the game. So I think, now you can go in and you can watch the video and really watch yourself and learn from it. So I thought that was really, really productive, and was, again, excited with the things that we saw from both quarterbacks. I liked the way they managed the line of scrimmage.
Ryan and Wes.
Just to follow up on Shy, how did you feel like he played? Was there some rust to knock off there? And then also Drew Richmond getting back in there, how did the O-line play with that different combination?
Yeah, again, I'll know a little bit more when I watch the video, but Shy needs those repetitions, being out for as long as he's been out. So to be able to gain those and just, the conditioning of game speed reps and getting in games and getting in a flow and the communication. You try to simulate in practice, but it's hard to replicate. You need to play football. So to be able to get him back in there was valuable. In terms of Drew Richmond, again, he needed those reps. And, you could see we went in this game, we were very limited. That's the other thing. We had a number of guys out this game, and we had some individuals suck it up, not only, in terms of the game, but also through the week of preparation as well.
Wes.
Which, have you ever, in coaching, you ever gone against an offense that does that many kind of jet sweeps and shifts? And it just seemed like a lot of teams do that, but maybe not to that degree. And then also, I know this game just ended, but have y'all been in touch with the ops people at Florida to see what some scenarios might be for next week?
Yeah, well, first of all, no, that's the first time, and again, the many different shifts and trades and motions and areas that they give you, and having to reset the front and bump the front, and they throw it unbalanced and tackle over and all that. So there was a lot of nuances that we had to deal with. In terms of Florida, we have not been in touch with them, but I tell you what we have been is we've been in touch with all of our Florida families, and we're going to help them and do everything that we possibly can to assist them in their individual needs, whether it's getting them out of Florida. Well, most of them are here in town, helping provide things for them that they need. So again, we're all a family, and so we've been in touch with them, and we're working on taking care of their individual needs, and they're obviously in our thoughts and our prayers, along with everyone in the state of Florida.
Did you like the focus from them with some of those guys? I know that there are things bigger than football,
Right.
But it looked like Carlin and the others were seeming
Yeah,
to be watching.
I was excited about Carlin. I thought Carlin did some really good things, and Carlin's been working hard. And you saw some speed, you saw a different change, you saw some burst and explosion from him. So I was really encouraged by that. And that's a lot on these youngsters. When you watch the news, you see what's going on, you know what's coming, and it's all about family. And I love them all and really appreciate them, and can only imagine what they're going through. That's why we're going to assist them as a family every possible way that we can.
All right, just a couple more. Brent and then Rob.
Butch, two games in, what have you learned about your football team? What's the one or two biggest things you've got to clean up on each side of the ball?
That's a good question. It's rare, the first time I've complimented.
It's rare.
But here's the reason why. The two type of offenses that we've went against have been exotic. They've been completely different. So we're still ongoing in terms of where we're at as a football team. Especially from a fundamental standpoint, we can gauge more than overall. But there's a lot of things of creating edges and shifts and motions, and the things that we've been through the last 2 weeks defensively. So I think that process is going to be ongoing. But what I've liked is their resolve and their resiliency and their ability to work. And They just show up and they play. And, you know, I think the will to win obviously was demonstrated Monday night, but then, you know, being a mature football team and you have a great win, but put it aside and come back and get ready to play on a short work week. You know, and that defense went through, 80 some odd snaps. But again, we still have a long ways to go. Just overall details, fundamentals, I do not like the turnovers. We have to get that solved. We have to get that corrected. I think the every down intensity, the focus, the ability to stay in the moment, the eye discipline, generating turnovers on defense. There's still some things we need to do much better in special teams. So it's a great win, but as a coach, you know, you always look at the things you need to do to get better. And, you know, we'll go through this film with a fine-tooth comb, so to speak, and we'll really look at everything. But what I do like is the work and the leadership of this group.
Final question, Rob.
Coach, just Marquez Callaway, 5 catches for 3 touchdowns and kind of started his career. If you had a kid explode like that out of the gate, and just, you know, what can you say about him as a playmaker at this point?
Marquez is one of those individuals, consistency and performance. He brings it every day of practice. If you remember in our press conference, you know, we talked about pregame warmups. We had to take him off the field for pregame warmups because he'll be out there all day catching kicks and running routes and teaching him how to, you know, consume his energy and all that goes into it. But he's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and I think you can see that. And, you know, we need him to be more aggressive in punt returns. On the one big punt return on the rugby kick, we said, hey, trust your ability. Go up and field it and take advantage of it. And he was able to do that. But again, love everything that he stands for. But, you know, going back to probably Brent's question, is we have to get a lot better at special teams. We had a lot of individuals play on special teams for the first time tonight. And I think they learned the 63, the strain, the effort that goes into playing special teams and being, you know, responsible for your man. And the worst thing you can have is your man makes the tackle. And so, again, to be able to go back now and correct and teach and critique all these youngsters that gain valuable repetitions, whether it was on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, their special teams, that'll be big. And we're going to need some individuals to step up from a depth standpoint, particularly on special teams.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.